Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Synergy Land is live on mainnet, and you can go ahead and play it for free. Yes, you can play for free, or you can go ahead and get NFTs that will allow you to really speed up and boost the process for you. But they have now opened up a mainnet where anyone that wants to play can go out there and try it. So we're going to go ahead and walk through some of the details as far as the free compared to the NFT itself, NFT gaming itself, and then actually show you the game, the current game that's out there. There's a lot more that's coming here in the near future, but let's go ahead and walk through what's available. But before we jump into the video, please take a quick look at this disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please make sure you do your own research before you jump into any project. Don't take my word for it. Just make sure it's right for your situation. All right, first of all, let's kick it off with what they just had. They just had the land sale, which is probably the first of several because they have different regions that are going to be sold here in the near future. And like I said, there is the free-to-play option out there. It's limited. You can go ahead and farm, you can go ahead and get stuff and start leveling up your character, but there is some limitations around it. What I'm going to go ahead and show you today is actually the Rancher Island. Actually, Rancher and Settler, they're very similar other than the boosts that go along with it. But you can go ahead out there to synergyland.live and go ahead and check it out, start downloading, and get your game started if you like what you see here. Let's just go through very quickly. I'll have a link in the description down below to this. When you went ahead and got the land, you got some bonuses also. You got an outfit and you got a pet. We'll briefly touch on those when we're actually in the game itself. But this is the land, and I want to focus on this a bit because I want some people to go out there and try the free-to-play side, if that's something that you enjoy, so you can see if you actually like it. I like when there's free-to-play options, so I want to focus on some of those. But essentially, the difference between the free-to-play is you're not gonna have some of these like the minting station, the breeding station, which the minting station isn't even live right now. They're still working on some of those details. You'll still be able to get a house out there. You won't be able to do some of the other stations that are there, but you'll be able to play the game. The bonus when you really get the land is when you start getting here. Well, all these different buildings and stations, they're going to be great down the road. But as far as the bonuses right now, early game, early release, that's what they're classifying this version as. You're going to go ahead and get some production boosts, sale boosts, rarity boosts, and things like that you can go ahead and play. And like I said, I'll have a link in the description down below. I don't want to dive through each one of these individually. Maybe we'll do a separate video kind of explaining the differences of each. But as far as this video goes, I actually want to show you what's in the game itself and really play the game and show you what's different between the early release and what was the demo beta that was released and I did a few videos on in the past. So let me go ahead and jump over to the actual game itself. Okay, as you can see here, we're actually loading it right now, and you can see it is now classified as early release. When you first log in here, you're going to have a character over here, and that's a blanket temporary leveling, so you don't even really have to look over here right now. The main thing that you're going to do is check over here. You have the ability to go ahead and stake and create up to 3 lands. You can use NFT lands, or you can go ahead and use the free-to-play. You can see here I have the Settler land, which is kind of like the lowest NFT land. The Rancher, which is in the middle. I don't have one of the top tier ones because wasn't lucky enough to pull that. But you can also go in here and click on the create one and actually add a basic land too if you wanted to do that, which I'm not going to do right now because I don't want to start from scratch. The one thing I do want to mention with these, in between the different lands, you have essentially the same guy. So he's going to have the bonuses on all of the lands with his pet and with his outfits and all that stuff. It's going to be shared over all the lands. But his energy is also going to be shared over all the lands. So it doesn't necessarily pay to have 3 lands on there because you run out of energy pretty quickly unless you can only play like once or twice a day. So let's go ahead and jump in. This is my main part, my Warrior Lion home. We'll go ahead and jump into that to show you where I'm at. I have been playing for several days now, trying to go ahead and build up my land, my character, and all the different stations. So what you're going to go ahead and see here is it's very similar to what was before. You initially start over here, which is kind of like the portal in right here. And then it comes over and you can go ahead and actually there's a bunch of these lands and a bunch of these things that you can clear that give you some resources to start off with. And then you go over, and this guy's the main trader. He's the main trader and the main quest giver. And every time you get a quest, you go ahead and go through here. When you first start off, there is a number of quests that are really kind of grindy, but also give you a chance to explore the land type of quests. So those are all over the place as far as kicking it off. They allow you to really try and learn the game itself. Once you get to the point, then you go ahead and you're going to start farming. There's 3 different types of farming. There is the plants. Let me actually go to that here. There is the forester, there's the husbandry, and then there's the herbalist. And every time you really farm those, it gives you a little bit of XP that allows you to level up. And as you level them up, it's going to release and open up a number of things that you can go ahead and grow. You can see those few here that I still have in red. That's because I haven't leveled up high enough. But you can go ahead and as you're going through the process and farming and going through that initial grind to level up, you'll open up more and more of these items that you can go ahead and collect. I actually just opened up this level so I can do the sunflowers here. But the main thing that you're going to do probably the first couple of days is go through and farm. As you can see, you start out with one of these farm blocks, and then you expand as you're going. My suggestion, or at least from early game suggestion, focus on the plants. Because they give you at least the most rewards financially within the game itself. So you can quickly, in a couple days, farm your way up to a full plot of lands, which I was able to do here. They are more time consuming, especially in the early phase, because you see how long it takes to go ahead and farm each of them. I hope at some point they have an auto farmer in there. I'm not going to farm all this, but I'll farm and talk at the same time. I'm hoping they have an auto farmer, which makes this process a whole lot easier because the lower level or the lower tier plants are 1 blocks at a time. These are, I guess, they cover 4 blocks. So they take less time to go through the process of farming, but you also have less opportunity to go ahead and get some of the cool NFT eggs that are out there that everybody's talking about. I have not been lucky enough to get one. But from my understanding, they're NFTs that help you level up your plant. I'm sorry, not your plant, your pet, which you can see he's following me around here. And they give you different bonuses. They give you random bonuses as you level them up. If I go in here, when I briefly was talking through the islands itself, when you went ahead and got the minting of the island, not if you get it off the secondary market, but the initial minting, you got 2 rewards that came with it. You got a pet. And if I hover over this pet, he's going to go ahead and show you he's technically an epic pet. And you see down near the bottom, he gives a couple bonuses as far as Sweet Talk Savings and Island Sprinter, which just allows you to go through around the island a whole lot faster than you would have before. And you also got a farmer's outfit, which gives you a number of bonuses. Depending on the rarity of land that you were able to pull was the outfit that you got with it. This is the legendary one, which gives you a little bit more of a bonus than the epic or or without an outfit. So those are the 2 additional NFTs that you got with it as part of the mint process. I do have to say it again that if you now grab the land off the secondary market, you will not get those unless you buy them separately. So don't go and grab a land and assuming that you're going to get those 2 NFTs that come with it. They were just, I guess, bonuses when you went ahead and minted during the process. You can buy them off the secondary market, but that's your choice if you want to go ahead and do that. So the purpose of the game, especially early phase where I'm at right now, is leveling up, farming as much as possible. It's a bit of a grind. So you have to go ahead and log in, and you see up here, every time I farm, it uses my energy here, which I just happen to have full speed. It does come back pretty quickly. But if you're farming 2 lands, it also goes down super fast, like you'll see as I'm going through this. Especially if you have or if you have each of the individual, the lower tier ones, because there's so many that you're farming or gathering. So you want to go ahead and focus on leveling up and getting your skills available. If I run around the map here, you're going to see a couple things. You're going to see a number of things like ruins. Essentially, your goal is to go through the process to rebuild these ruins, and the way that you do that is you level up your tiers so you can gather higher and higher tier resources, And then you go over to this side of the map where you have different stations. You get blueprints, you have to build the stations. It's all part of the process. They explain that when you go through the tutorial. But what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, and then once these stations are available, you can go ahead and start leveling up the different people that are at the stations. So as you can see here, you have processes which you do that uses your energy, and then you have crafting that uses the NPC's energy and allows him or her to go ahead and get XP. And once they get XP, then they'll unlock different tiers. If you look down here, technically he is 2.5 level, so he has unlocked some of the tier 2 stuff. And if I keep going and getting more stuff or doing more crafting through him, I'll continue to get him leveled up and be able to craft the different things that allow me to go repair those ruins that I just showed you. So it's a process. It's a cycle that you go through. And the key thing that you're going to have to remember with this, two things. You got to provide the resources, as you can see here. In order to do this cooked egg or the fried egg, I need egg and I need salt. Eggs you get from chickens from your farm. Salt you get from craftings from some of the other stations. And then you also have to remember to feed your NPC. So it's a balancing strategy, resource management style game, at least right now. And if you go around, you can see the different stations that I was able to put down. So that you have those all available, and they're all crafting and trying to give you all the good stuff that you need here early game. And then you have a whole other section over here, which you can see is the breeding area. So eventually you'll be able to get eggs. The eggs you can go ahead and start, either you start making them hatch and you get different pets, and then you can go through the process of breeding for different types of pets that give you different bonuses. So there's a whole breeding process available in here. This over here is going to be where your house plot is, which is currently not available. They're developing that right now. And then you can go ahead over here and open up a whole other section, which I haven't not been able to open up. If I click on this, you go ahead and see that it costs a bunch of resources just to open up this pathway to get to over here. If I go ahead here, it shows the map. I'm actually standing right here. And what this will do is this will open up 5 more slots and a number of other things that you can go ahead and use down the road. So right now, the game itself is a farming resource management style building game. They are developing the dungeon that's going to go along with it, which is going to be, it reminds me a lot of a Diablo style, Albion Online style types of combat that go along with it, at least what they've showed so far. Obviously, I haven't seen the actual version of it. But that's going to be interesting when they start adding that, because you're going to go through the process. And the reason you want to level up now is because they're going to introduce additional items in the game where blacksmiths can go ahead and create armor and weapons. And then you can take those and you can go hunt in the dungeon, and it will allow you to get some of the magical, mythical, whatever weapons and armors that are available in the dungeon from bosses. You'll be able to breed pets, get different things through that. So there's a whole process that goes along with this. And I'm going to do a number of videos where I'm going to probably focus on specific areas of the game, because I'm going through it pretty quickly as far as this video goes, because I'm trying to keep it under 20 minutes, just to kind of give you an overview of the overall process. But it's got me intrigued. We'll say that. It's got me intrigued. This is on the Polygon network. So you'll have to go ahead, or if you choose to take a look at it, you'll have to go ahead and have a MetaMask wallet to go ahead and at least try the free-to-play. If it seems at all interesting to you, again, you have the free-to-play option that's out there. You can go ahead and check it out, and then you can just go through the process of testing it out. You can see with these farmlands, these are the small farmlands. They do have bigger ones that will take up 4 of these slots, and they have a huge one that'll take up this whole block. Because I was early game, didn't have the resources available to build those out, I just went with a whole bunch of small ones. It doesn't really cause a big deal or a big issue. Just have to go through the process. And when I grind this and farm this, I do it in a whole lot more efficient way. I'm just trying to talk and grind at the same time, which is a little bit challenging sometimes for me because I get a little distracted. But that's the game so far itself. Lots of resources that go along with it. If you're interested in this, go ahead. There's a link down below. It's not an affiliate link, so you can go ahead and grab it and check it out. And I will also do some additional videos. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.